Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, I'm looking like Joe Brand. Well, not that I don't mind that. She's a very funny lady. Hey, Wendy, how are you? Thanks for joining me. Yes, I made it. Adjust the scarf a bit. Turn it around. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep my hair sane. Oh, screw it. Hang on. It's driving me nuts a bit. So, hello. There you go. Don't I look perfect? Oh, well, it's a mess. It's going to be a mess for months. So, not much I can do. Pretty good. How are you? I am feeling a bit better. I still have a little bit of a swollen sinus tract here, but it's a bit tender and sore. But yeah, no, I'm feeling a lot better. Just gotta, yeah. Well, thank you. I wrote down. I was just on. I was just watching Johnny, Jen, Lynn, and Becca, and I came away with a few questions, and the question came up. Hello, Annie and Lourdes. Welcome. Annie, I don't think I've seen you before. Thank you. Welcome for coming along, Lourdes. It's lovely to see your name there. It's been a little while. I was thinking of having a look at Bill Gates and Obama in the Supreme Court. What happens if there's no election in December? Used to be a great speller until autocorrect came along. I know it's horrible, isn't it? But before we get going, I'm just going to put this up. It's on all the descriptions. You see it on the description now. And, of course, you'll be familiar with it from my pre-records. This video is for entertainment purposes only. The statements expressed here are opinions based on my intuitive interpretation of tarot and similar cards and should not be construed as statements of fact or proof of wrongdoing by any individual. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lourdes. Yeah. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, I am feeling better. We've got Vicks Vapor Rub here and I can't find it, but I did a steam the other night with some peppermint, cedar and lavender oil. So hi, Zelda, how are you? Nancy Lee, hello. Yeah, so that seemed to help a little bit. I think, hi, Jace. Yeah, so that seemed to help a little bit, but I'll be glad when I can track down the Vicks Vapor Rub. A good Vicks steam will clear out my passages, but yeah, it's just a little sore spot on my face, that's it. Yeah, so what am I looking at? Obama in the Supreme Court, mail-in ballots. What happens if there's no election in November? Well, I can tell you one thing, that the decision to hold a vote on November 3rd is not a federal decision. It's up to the states as to whether or not they hold the election. Yes. Yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub every time. I've got some Vicks Vapor Drops somewhere as well. They're great. Will Ivanka be indicted? I'll write that down. She's definitely in trouble. And I think she thinks if she gets pregnant, she won't go to jail. But they do send pregnant women to jail. I mean, she might work something out before that happens. So will Ivanka be in? But I can tell you, I had a look, and if it's decided that there's not going to be an election, anyone who is up for re-election cannot hold office. Okay, so that includes Trump, Pence, Nancy, because of course all of the House of Reps is up for re-election. So then it goes to the Senate, and depending who is the majority, if it'd be whoever's in charge of the Senate at the time at that stage, because remember, if you're up for re-election, you don't hold office, then it's the President pro tempore. Now, it'd either be Chuck Grassley, or because there's 23 Republicans up for re-election, the majority could possibly go to the Democrats, and then it would be, as it's traditionally goes to the oldest senator, the majority, Pat Leahy, who I don't really know much about. So I thought I'd do a reading on which one of those. Deb said, thank you, welcome very much, and thank you for reminding the thumbs up. Your two oldest sisters were born in jail. Okay. Okay. Not going to ask any details, Zelda. I'm going to ask that question too. Will the elections still be held? I mean, I don't see any need nor for them to be with mail-in ballots. Apparently, a lot of states do it. So, you know, and they probably have the machines to go through it and do it properly. And you know, there's something going on in the back alleyway. It's only Monday, so it's not our mail day. So it's sending our little doggy a bit around the twist. So, yeah. Yes, I think yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at an article that breaks down everything. Yeah, about that. Anyway, if you can vote in wartime, you can vote in this. And yeah, mail-in. You know, I was really puzzled because Queensland local elections were held a week or so ago, and there was a big fuss because of coronavirus and everyone having to go to the polls. You don't. They're local government elections and you have to vote in them in Queensland, apparently. We don't have to vote in our local government elections in Western Australia. But regardless, if you're on the election roll, you get a thing in the mail. Everyone gets a thing in the mail. And you can vote if you want or you don't. And you just fill it in, put it in the return envelope, put it in the mailbox, and there you go. Chuck Grassley. Chuck Grassley isn't ancient. He's prehistory. He really does come from Jurassic Park. He's very old, isn't he? Anyway, let's make a start. How about we start with the elections? Will they be cancelled? Okay. Ooh, Deb Z, thank you. That's a good question, Nancy Lee. Did Trump deliberately suppress 19? I'll call it 19, okay? Deliberately suppress 19. Ah. Yeah, yes, the timing. We seem to forget about the timing, isn't it? Because he knew about it before the... Yeah, because if the stock market had gone and everything had started going to pot when they jumped on it when they should have, probably would have worked out better for him if they'd have jumped on it when they should have, because it probably wouldn't have gotten a trial because everyone would have been too busy dealing with this. But yeah, that's a very interesting question. Okay, so we'll start with will there still be an election in November? I'm going to do like 3 layers, 3 triangles to get a full answer. Maybe no. Well, somebody doesn't want it to go ahead, but then there's a definite yes and another yes on top of that, and a definite yes. Justice, yep. So we've got, I'll just tell you, we had the 5 of Cups on the first layer, the Queen of Swords, which is a maybe, and abuse of power, 5 of Swords. So 5 of Cups and 5 of Swords are no cards, and Queen of Swords is a maybe. So yes, somebody doesn't want it to go ahead, guess who, and is willing to do anything so that he doesn't lose 5 of Cups. But on top of the 5 of Cups, there's the 6 of Wands, victory. Is it going to overcome it? Ace of Pentacles is on top of the Queen of Swords, so they're both yes, no. And Justice is a definite yes card. Okay. So that's, yeah, regardless of what he wants, because he knows he'll lose. That's why he doesn't want it. He thinks he can just sit there until, put it off for years, and he doesn't know how it works. So 6 of Wands, definitely that's going to be victory over his wants. Ace of Pentacles, there's going to be, people are going to offer ways and means to do it, to get that election done. Remember that Pentacles are about ways and means, you know, resources. So there are resources and people are going to offer the resources as well. And Justice. Not saying this could be court intervention, but, you know, if they come up with something, try to put it towards the court in the next couple of months to say, oh, look, we feel it should be held off. It's going to be, no, you can't do this. It's not justified. If you can vote during a war, you can do it. Okay, King of Wands. That's a yes card. 3 of Swords is a no, but Queen of Wands is a yes. So yeah, definitely out of the 9 cards I've drawn, there's 3 no's and maybe, and 5 yeses. So definitely there is going to be an election. King of Wands, victory for the King of Wands. I think this is, I'm not sure if it's going to be Biden or Bernie. I don't know. I think somebody else could be there. But whoever it is, this is a stable, compassionate, creative leader. And the interesting thing about the King of Wands is that there's in traditional Rider-Waite-based decks, there's a little lizard, and he stands for rebirth and renewal. Renewal of the office of the president. But a lot of people are going to feel betrayed and heartbroken, not by whoever gets in, but by the person who's there currently, and that's going to lead to them turning against him, I think. Queen of Wands, there's going to be a steady presence there. I think this could be a female vice president. So, yeah, there's going to be an election. I think I've already read Democrats are going to win. Lucien, welcome. Hi, Johnny, how are you? Oh, tell them I said hello. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know I'm bouncing off the back of you guys, but, you know, I'm at home now. So the last couple of months I was at work, so all I could do was chuck in a little comment here and there. I couldn't do any cards, and it drove me nuts. I love reading along with you guys, and it helps with my skills to be able to do like a quick 3-card layout. And, wow, you know, read it quickly. So I learned so much when I, you know, watch you guys and do a quick read. What's next on my list? What did I say? Oh, that very interesting question. Very interesting question. Did Trump deliberately suppress 19 to avoid a downturn in the economy and thus assure his acquittal because the Democrats wouldn't be panicking? Yeah, I don't know if he's got the mental agility for that, but we'll have a look. That's usually a yes, have no doubt of it. Yes, I think somebody in his circle of support suggested it. And he thought, this is a good idea. It'll ensure that I win. And look what ended up happening. So, yeah, apparently he did. That's somebody's suggestion. Who was that, I wonder? Yeah, it was definitely somebody else who suggested it to him. Yes, he could play on the emotions. Oh, they tried to get rid of me, but I won. And, you know, it's all a blah, 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 blah. But, of course, his actions have led to a lot of conflict and harm. So, yeah, it's a possibility he did. Entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Remember, these are my interpretations only. Can we do one more layer on that? See if we can find out a bit more. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he definitely had a good think about it. Yeah. He actually had second thoughts about doing it, but guess what won out in the end? Woohoo! Yeah, he actually went and had a good think about whether he really should, you know, second guessed himself a little bit and delayed it a little bit, making a decision. But no, guess what won out in the end? Okay. Will another whistle? Yeah, I can read on that. Will another whistleblower come forward? I hope everyone's going well. I know there's chances that, hello Pam. Yes, he is crafty, manipulative and deceitful. A lot of people who would be classed as dumb or not very smart, they're shrewd, and so they're actually quite good at lateral thinking, in that, oh, we can't do things the correct way and the proper way and the right way, because, you know, the way we want to go, people will yell about. So let's have a look at the ways around it. So they're good at lateral thinking. Yeah, what was it? Another whistleblower. Will there be another whistleblower about whatever Trump is doing with the supplies? Is it with the supplies? Making money off the COVID thing. Ten of Wands. Someone wants to bring it to light, but they're feeling a burden and they're not sure if they should, so they're not ready yet, whoever it is. They want to bring things to light, what's going on the surface again, but this is a no card again, as the Ten of Wands is, and still not ready. But this is the Emperor, it's a maybe. So this is just the first layer. So at the moment, they want to, they're really feeling the burden of these secrets about Trump. Second layer, Queen of Wands, that's a yes. Lovers is a yes, strong yes, and Empress is a yes. Yeah, yep. So soon, I think, going to be support, and this is Nancy and Congress. The lovers, they're going to find other people coming to them and saying, you know, we'll back you up, we will be there for you, because I think this person is worried about their personal protection, their personal safety. They have an abundance of stuff on what he's been doing. Let's do one more layer. Oh yeah, Trump's going to try and do his I will find you, you know, his Liam Neeson impersonation, and he's going to try and make life really, really hard for this person. But truth is with them. And it's the secret agendas about what he's been doing. I think from the day he heard about this virus and someone said it's going to come here, he'd been making plans to do stuff. So, yeah, they will, but they're not going to have an easy time of it. It's not going to be quite yet. Hi, Pauline. How are you? Yeah. Now, will there be... Yes, the other guys were reading on that. They were having a good laugh about, sorry, Johnny, about him not having friends. And yes, it's very funny. But he did at one time, had people who offered him genuine friendship. The cards I laid out said that. They offered him genuine friendships and real relationships, but he betrayed them time after time after time. Three of Swords. And they realised, it became clear as day to them that they weren't, you know, they couldn't remain his friend, and so they had to end those friendships. So, yeah. Not the real ones, Zelda. They won't stop believing that, because it's a lot of them are people who do have some real Trump supporters. Zelda, to your question, a lot of them really have had past that damaged them, and that all their wiring has gone wrong in such a way that for those who are who they'd rather chase after these conspiracy theories because it's easier for them to living in the real world. So they use it as a bit of a refuge, and they'll never give up that refuge, unfortunately. Okay. Yes, he is. We had a character here on Australian TV from a show, Acropolis Now, about Greeks in Australia. And there was a character called Effie. And her catchphrase was, "How embarrassment! How embarrassment!" Or how embarrassment. I can't put that Greek edge to a voice that Mary Christus could. But yeah, how embarrassment. Okay, will he be impeached again? I don't know if they want to spend the time on it. They have to investigate. They have to do their oversight. But, you know, yes, things can happen quickly. So, oh, 10 of Swords. Maybe, yes. Maybe. Yeah, he's going to try and gaslight it. He's going to try and manipulate the situation. Say, oh, no, it's another. I'm not going to use that term. I mean, it's just offensive. A lot of caring, knowledgeable women were just murdered for the sake of that term, so I won't use it. Yes. They're looking at it. Yeah, they're examining things now, secrets, you know, that he's manipulating, trying to hide. He's juggling things and trying to hide stuff. But yes, the question's been put forward and they're making assessments now. He's going to try and gaslight everything, of course, but judgment is, you know, things are going to come back and bite him on the butt, which is, well, the term they use in the guide is past actions come back to haunt you. 2 of Cups, yes. Yeah. Look what comes up again. Loss, no honour, abuse of power and loss. Yeah. Yeah, this abuse of power is going to come back and bite him on the butt. I think there's going to be a bit of bipartisan agreement here in what comes out. And, yeah, he's in for a great deal of loss. Yeah, I think they just might do it. I think they have people are dying and he's not helping. Not that they can't see it, it's that Lourdes, that they can't see what he is. They know what he is. They can see what he is. But he's fulfilled a purpose for them for a few years to get things done what they want, how they want it. People with decent incomes that they didn't want to have to pay more tax than they felt they had to, like the billionaires and all that. And sometimes money gets in the way of being a good person. And sometimes people just think, oh, somebody else will take care of it. what's that saying? All it needs for evil to take over is for good men to do nothing. Poldark. You know, I can remember my mum used to watch the original series of Poldark when I was a kid. She loved it. God, she had a thing for that man. Hang on a minute. I just got to stretch. Bit of a tight muscle at my back. And she loved it. She absolutely loved it. Yeah, Friday night television was so boring after Dave Allen, so that and I haven't watched the new one because it's just not my sort of. I like puzzle shows and some good laugh out loud comedies and the occasionally really well made drama and documentaries. I love documentaries, but you know, so now I was going to ask, Obama on the Supreme Court. Will Obama end up on the Supreme Court? I love sexy men too. My hubby's sexy. At least I think so. Love my hubby. And he walked into my office like 20 odd years ago. 21 odd years ago almost. I was like, ooh. Okay, Obama on the Supreme Court. He was cute. My hubby, not Obama. He still is. Okay. Obama on the Supreme Court. Let's have a look. It's on the bottom. I don't think he likes the idea very much. It's a lifetime appointment, and I think he'd feel a little bit trapped and bound. I think they're running all the checks on him they want, but people are certainly hoping for him to do it. I don't want it reversals in this deck, so obviously when I put the cards back in, I was a bit. Queen of Pentacles. No, he doesn't really want it. He wants to rest. And people would back a campaign for him in a minute, but you know, people want him to, but whether he wants to is different. He's feeling embattled. This is Nine of Wands. He really does feel embattled. You know, yes, people want him there, but a lot of people, great idea, fantastic idea. He'd have a lot to share, a lot of wisdom to share and guidance and everything, but he doesn't, I don't think he really wants it. I think to him it would be, no, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. People who, like, you know, with the confirmation hearings, people would just bring up old stuff that he thought was gone and buried and everything. Hi Karen. Hi Teresa, Judy. Your husband seriously was not thinking through that comment, Lord. No, look, yes, I think a lot of people want him to be there, but it's not something he really wants. Get a lot of ambivalence. I think he'd feel like he'd been Be trapped. He might change his mind in a few years, but now it's not something he really wants. So, yeah. Oh, how about we look at that hypothetical I put forward that if the elections did get cancelled, and they're not going to, but we'll do a hypothetical. If the elections did get cancelled, I think I'll use a different deck of cards. Oh no, I'll use the same one for this and then I'll swap. Wow. Teresa, you go, girl. Yeah, Heather's obviously in a band or something. Okay, hypothetical. If it did come down to a president pro tempore, would it be Chuck Grassley? Or would it be, what's his name? Pat Lee. Chuck Grassley. Pat Lee. People wouldn't want him to be Chuck Grassley. He's not what the people would choose. Pat Lee. You've got a definite victory card, a yes. Got another yes with the 9 of Wands. He'd feel embattled, but you know he'd do it. Got a no with the Moon. Maybe he'd feel they'd have to take too close a look at him. I don't know. Back to Grassley. He's got 2 yeses with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. But again, the Knight of Cups can be a false knight. I think he'd declare himself the victor because he'd feel like, you know, it was a Republican Senate. But if there's no Republicans, so one of them would win, but who? So let's have a look. If it was left to Trump to name his successor out of them, he'd choose Grassley, of course. But yeah, that wouldn't happen. So let's do another shuffle and do another layer for each one. Chuck Grassley, let's have a look at him first. This was on the bottom of the deck. So who is the victor? Let's see. Black horse or white horse? Republican, Democrat. Black hat, white hat. That was bad shuffling. If it's determined to come out, it'll come out. Chuck Grassley, President pro tempore. 7 of Swords. A no. Knight of Pentacles, mercenary in the position. Yeah, he'd get there if he stole it. Very mercenary. That's with the King of Pentacles, duh. people wouldn't want him, and they'd be really emotional if he did get it. Pat Lee here. This is interesting because on top of his victory, I've got the Five of Swords, abuse of power, no honour, which Grassley's got the Seven of Swords, stealing, stabbed in the back on top of the moon. Emotional news. Look, you know what? I think from reading that, by rights, if everything were done properly and on the up and up, Pat Leahy would be president pro tempore if the election didn't go. Would be. But they'd somehow end up finding a way to put Grassley in. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Oh, Teresa, that's true in the hospital. I told him we were supposed to grow old and grey together. He told me get a mirror, love. We did. That's so sweet. Oh, did he pass away recently? Oh, so sorry. That is such a lovely, lovely. I'm gonna cry. Oh, Teresa. Oh, dear, I'm gonna cry. That's so lovely. Oh. Oh. To you. Absolutely big hug. Absolutely. Oh, that is so sweet. My husband's aunt and uncle had a special little thing that they would do. His uncle passed last year. I won't go into it, but it's along the very sweet line. They're not, you know, but it was a very sweet thing too. And yeah. Anyway. Blessings to you, Teresa Judy. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, brought tears to my eye. And, oh, and that's a happy, happy, sweet, loving. Okay. Who needs prayers for healing? The whole world, Teresa Judy. The whole world needs prayers for healing. When I do my prayers before I come on, I always ask for a sphere of healing light to encircle the globe to help all those fighting not just this virus, but other disease that invade and decimate mankind. And yeah, and yeah, I just ask for that sphere of healing light to encircle the globe every time. Okay. Let's have a look. What is next? Will Ivanka be indicted? Ooh, let's have a look. Limbering up. Gonna take on a Trump. I'm going to use her daddy's deck. I use this deck when I'm reading on Trump. I love the deck. It's a beautiful deck. But it just seems to me to be just you know, the steam pump, the mechanisms, the machinery, the manipulation of things. They use machinery. You know, a lot of those machines that make the monkey play, the pianola, where you could pump your feet and pretend you were playing music and all that. It uses machinery of government to trick people. So, will Ivanka get indicted? I don't believe for a minute that he'd leave to stop her from being indicted. I really don't. Strength, but it's upside down. Impatience, lack of willpower, lack of focus, lack of strength, of course, lack of understanding. A lot of things that she's shown a lack of. The Chariot reversed. The Wheel of Fortune. The Knight of Swords reversed. Well, the first layer is the Chariot reversed. This is usually a yes card. It's reversed, so it's possible no, but, you know, this is, her world's going to be turned on her head and she's not going to have any control. This is a yes card upright, the World. It was bound to happen. It's due. Knight of Swords. Chaotic defense against defending the rights. Upside down, this is usually a yes card, but again, it's upside down. So it indicates a no. But like I said, I'm just on the first layer. And, yeah, this is the legal process, I think, or the beginning of the legal process being turned on its head a bit. Hopefully not stopped. The Fool upright on top of the Chariot. Yes. Two of Swords is a maybe, but it's upside down again. I've had this before. Crossroads, making a decision. The blindfolds falling off. And that's on top of the Wheel. On top of the Knight of Swords, Five of Cups. That's a no. Loss. Eight of Swords is a no, but she's definitely going to be bound and restricted in some way. Seven of Wands, standing her ground. This is not wanting to push it to that decision. The Sun. I don't think she's going to get indicted, but I don't think she's going to get indicted because I think she's going to make a deal. And also, I don't think this is state. I think this is federal. I think that could get her on a few federal things, and she's not going to get indicted on them. But and that's only because she's going to make a deal. She's going to bring lights, but you know, a lot of losses. Is she going to throw Daddy under a bus? She doesn't want to. It was upside down. But yeah, she just might. Now, I don't think she's going to get indicted with anything federal. As for state, that's a different story altogether, isn't it? So let's have a look. Oh, Lourdes. Yeah, you pushed another long day. You go and get some sleep, darling. Go and get some sleep. I'm going to be on for another hour. Yeah. But I might actually hop on again later tonight, our time, which is morning your time, and do another thing. I might, yeah, see how we go. Notice I'd get up a couple of times late at night and Johnny would be on, or Jen Lynn would be on, or Becca, one of them, having a bad night or whatever. So what will happen to Ivanka's China holdings? I'll have a look at that. But first I wanted to see if she's going to get any state indictments. Started at a state level. Six of Cups, that's the past. It's upside down. It's going to spill all over her head. Everything's going to fall out of that cupboard and hit her on the head. Past is going to come back and bite her on the bum. Oh, yeah. State level. I think that that's why the feds, you know, one of the reasons why they're saying, well, you tell us what you know. We're not going to indict you on any federal things. State are out for her blood. Here it is again, crossroads, upside down, making that decision. The Empress. There is an abundance of evidence against her at the state level. Oh, the High Priestess. Yep, lots of secrets going to come out. Queen of Swords, she is going to be called forth to answer for her actions. That's what my Queen of Swords for. That's a yes card, of course. High Priestess is a maybe, but it's on top of a clear yes. And the Magician. Okay, so I'll do one more layer because, you know, 3 layers each. But so far, yeah, she's definitely in for a heap of trouble. Knight of Cups. She tries to offer them something, false promises, but they see through it. It's a no, but it's on top of a yes and a maybe, so yeah. King of Cups. Drunk on power, abused on power, about an abuse of power. They're going to definitely maybe make her a deal to throw Daddy under a bus. 4 of Wands, upset a happy home. Yeah, she's in deep trouble with the state. Ivanka's China holdings. Because she does have a lot of holdings in different countries, doesn't she? Oh, what's that? Let's have a look at Ivanka's China holdings. Ivanka's China holdings. She bought the program that runs our ballot machines. Oh, well, she's not going to own that for long, because that program's not going to be used. That just clear as day rang in my head, that program. They're not going to use it. She might have bought it, but they won't use it because of the conflict of interest. Her China holdings. Magician. They're going to. Now you see them, don't. Now you don't. Nine of Wands. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's all going to. This is normally a yes card, but I'm asking what's happening with them. Embattlement, in danger. It's going to explode all over her face. Metaphorically. Don't wish physical harm on people. Page of Cups. She's going to get some pretty emotional news about her holdings. Let's have a look. What else? The Emperor. This isn't the Emperor, her dad. This is the Emperor as in the rule of law. She's in for quite a lot of sleepless nights. Nine of Swords. Let's do another layer underneath. Oh! Victory, winning, things happening with speed. Loss. The opposite of victory is loss. Getting news about, oh, the Tower reversed. That's whatever happens with the Tower, sudden cataclysmic change, but worse. Huge Tower for her. Page of Pentacles upside down. News about money, but it's not good news. It's bad news about money. What's about the rule of law? The wheel of law. The rule of law. The inevitable is going to happen with the rule of law. 10 of Cups. This is not the Republican Party. In this case, this is her happy family dream. Anxiety about her happy family dream. Okay. So, Page of Cups. Emotional news about losses, out of control losses. These are her China holdings. Magician. Now you see them, now you don't. Absolute upheaval. This has been building up for a long, long time. It's been building up for a long, long time. And, you know, she wasn't vigilant enough, and bad news. Imminent explosion. Bad news about her money. Rule of law. Stepping in. Anxiety for her and her family. I'll do one more line. Abundance on top of underneath emotional news about losses and upheaval, losses of her abundance of wealth. The Magician, now you see him, now you don't. Absolutely cataclysmic news. Ooh, may need a lawyer. Nine of Wands reversed, not being vigilant enough, just letting things rattle along and build up till it's near explosion. Page of Pentacles reversed, bad news about money. Three of Cups reversed, overindulgence and a level of immaturity, beyond belief. She was just too busy enjoying it to really look after it. The Emperor, the rule of law, the inevitable happening and stepping in. Ace of Pentacles. This is not her being handed money. This is money being taken away from her. I think they could seize her assets. The federal government could seize her assets. And anxiety, her family, Page of Swords, disappointing news. Yeah, look, her China holdings. Yep. She could end up with having all her assets seized. They're going to disappear because the federal government's going to seize all her assets, all of Trump's, everything. They're going to seize everything that the Trump family had. Everything they can, including her China holding. If your name is Trump in that family, if you're part of that family, there are people out there called Trump who have nothing to do with them and should not be punished because of an accident of a name, okay? But if you're part of that particular Trump family, you're going to lose everything. And for them, poverty is worse than jail. And some of them are going to end up in jail. At least they'll get 3 square meals. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard about her trying to get pregnant again. I really don't want to read on that. Be like an alternative Hammer horror version of Mannequin. Know that movie Mannequin from the 80s with Andrew McCarthy and Kim Cattrall? Okay. Hi, John. How are you? It's nice to see you. Let's see what else was on my list. Oh, Bill Gates. He's been warning for years, apparently, and I stupidly just thought that he was still just Microsoft and had no idea that he'd been working for years with poorer countries to improve their systems, to improve health systems and other systems and everything like that. He's been doing a fantastic job. And I saw the interviews that they played with him, and I saw the clip from his talk back in 2015. And I think I'm going to ask the question on Bill Gates is, will he play a significant role in the next administration? I don't think he wants to go for elected office, but I think he's going to, I think that if he's asked, he'll come. He'll answer the call. So, no, he's not. I don't think so, are you, John? You're not related to Nancy Pelosi? I think I asked that one. You could be. I don't know. My name is Mulhall, and there's only, as far as we know, one Mulhall family in the whole world. So we're all related. If you have that name, we're related. you know, countless steps away, more than 7 degrees, that's for sure. Or more than 6 degrees, but still. Oh, was he? I don't know. I haven't seen him. Haven't seen anything of him today. Anyway, Bill Gates. If Bill Gates is called in by the new administration, will he answer the call? Oh, John, how is North Carolina? My niece Robin lives in Asheville. You definitely am part of human DNA. We're glad to hear it. That's the other part. Yes, the Hierophant, the government. I think the government is going to call on him. Will he answer the call? Oh, yes, big yes, big yes. Well, yes, maybe. Could cause some conflict, but he would come in. Let's do another layer. Yes, he would come in and work with them. He would definitely work in partnership with them. I think as more comes out about what he's been doing with his time, I think it's going to provide a bit of a balm, emotionally healing news for after all the conflict that's being caused. Yeah, definitely he would come in if he's asked. Yeah. He's been, Trump showed him the door when he tried to help him. So, yeah. So, but he's bigger than that. So, yeah. If the new administration asks Bill Gates, please come in, help us. We'll give you whatever cabinet position you want or whatever terms you want. And he would do it. He would be very clear about what he wanted to. So, yeah. You love Asheville. Looks very pretty from what I've seen of it. Yeah. I think if we ever get over to the US again, we're saying we want to go to New York again. I think I'd insist that we went for a trip down south to North Carolina and saw my niece and her husband and my great niece and nephew. Yeah. We tried to sort of sort something out when we were there last time, but she couldn't get time off work and everything. And yeah, it was just too hard. And we didn't have quite the budget to go down to her, but I think we'll make sure that if we ever get over there, I'll make sure it's in the budget to get down to her. How was Trump at his most insane and psycho and vicious and scary, John? Babbled like a madman, off the rails. I love New York City. We were there in 2016. Seeing those pictures of Times Square just empty, it cut of my heart. One of my favourite things to do, we were there for just over a week, and for at least 3 of those days, we went to Times Square and watched it go from daylight to dark, just with the lights and everything, and I loved it. It was just the most amazing thing. It was a privilege. It was a privilege. And yeah, Let's have a look. Is Trump close to getting kicked out? Everyone seems to think April's a big one for him. So let's ask, is Trump close to getting kicked out? I'm just going to pop to the side for a minute here and have a drink, okay? And my throat's very dry. So. I love passion fruit drinks. I have a diet right, which is zero sugar. I try to every one of those, and I don't drink it all in a day. I have a bottle and drink over a few days, and I'm trying every bottle I have 2 bottles of water or something. But he screamed like a cornered rat. Oh my goodness. Oregon sound and the West. Yeah, one of my favorite authors. She doesn't. No, that's Washington State. Sorry, Oregon just looks gorgeous. It really does. I'd love to go right up the West Coast from top to bottom, or bottom to top. Yes, I heard that he was taking credit for Cuomo. I don't think people are going to buy that. And look, I know a lot of people would like Cuomo to step up and be the president, but honestly, I think he's just he's going to be so shattered by this. Yeah. Anyone heard how Chris Cuomo's going? I haven't seen him in the last couple of days, but of course he could be going through the worst part. Why? Okay, if Trump was off the rails today, let's ask why. Why was Trump off the rails today then? I haven't seen it, so why was Trump off the rails today? He's feeling betrayed. Ooh. Somebody's upset little Trumpy and he wants to take his big red bat and ball and go home. He feels like people are walking away from him, turning their backs on him. He can't handle that disloyalty. He's desperately trying to hang on to power. I'm wondering if this is Republicans. Hang on. Hello? Hello? Australian wealth. Look, Harrison, this is not a good time, okay? Yeah, I am, but what's Australian wealth? No, look, I'm in the middle of something, and really, I'm not really interested. No, sorry, bye-bye. No, please don't. Bye. Bye. Someone from Australia, and we're just going to have to call you back if you're going to be rude. I'm saying, look, I'm in the middle of something, and it's like hawkers, Australian wealth. Let us take your wealth. No. Sorry, I wasn't being rude. I mean, honestly, seriously, I shouldn't have answered it. But, you know, it was a New South Wales number. You know, 80, 90% of my family live in New South Wales. So, you know. Anyway, Trumpy. People are walking away from him. You know, we've got Republican governors turning their backs on him. You know, we've got a Republican senator saying we need to open this investigation, even if it's to save his own butt. But he's feeling that that's a huge betrayal. He's still trying to hang in. This guy has got such a grouchy look on his face. Have a look at that. It's like It's all mine, my power, mine. I'm going to hang on to it. He's feeling like he's losing his grip. They should be listening to me. I am the power here. I am the one in charge. I hold all the coffers. He's in a foul mood. He's just going to determine to go out there and create chaos. People are looking at what he's been doing with these funds and with these supplies, and he's not happy about it, and he can't stop them from doing it. So look at the next row. Oh, one of the things of wands is investigations, new investigations. Yeah. This is definitely about the investigation that senator caught on to have. The truth will come out. Have no doubt of that. That's under his hanging on for power. The truth is going to come out. I'm the power. I'm the power. You should all listen to me. People are looking way, way back. How long has he been doing this? He's been abusing his power. This is also a position of abuse, a position of power that he's been abusing. He's been doing it for a long time, but how long? With regard to the stockpile. Is this with regard to the stockpile? Oh, yes. He's been telling Furthies. A lot of stuff that's missing. He's been telling Furthies. Let's just put that one over there. Chaos making night. Yeah, he is off his head, off his meds, drunk on power. He's off his, yeah, they can't calm him down. And he's creating chaos because they cannot calm him down. He's just losing it. This assessment, people are looking at what he's been doing with resources. Ooh, it could lead to his demise as a president. I'll do one more layer on that one as to why was so off the rails in today's conference. Let's see. Eight of Cups, Ace of Wands, Magician. All the resources he had at his disposal. They're looking at how he handled all the resources they had at his disposal and how he made some of them disappear. Entertainment purposes only, YouTube, based on my interpretation of cards, of tarot and similar cards, and should not be construed as statements of proof or fact. Okay. So, Four of Coins, he's hanging on there. He's hanging, trying to hang tightly to his power, but the Ace of Swords is cutting through all that. Whistleblower. Whistleblower. Different one than the one I was talking about, I think. Oops. Okay. Nine of Coins, position of power, which is abused. People are looking into the past about it, looking back a little way, not all the way back to whatever, I think just in the last 4 or 5 months, and at all the furfies he's been telling, misrepresenting things. Knight of Cups can be a card of misrepresentation. Queen of Swords, he's going to be called forth and asked to answer for his actions. Okay, chaos-making Knight of Swords, drunk on power, King of Cups. That's the same person. The burden of proof is so heavy. The burden of proof is so heavy. He's scared witless. Last one, Seven of Pentacles, people assessing resources and what he's been doing with resources may need to force be the end of his presidency. He's going to go, it wasn't my idea. If he's going down, he's going to take people down with him. That's what he's thinking, you know. He's yeah, actually, Violetta, psychic Violetta from Canada, she showed up. What will happen when Trump leaves office? And she held up a picture that she drew of two stick figures, and one stick figure was dragging the other stick figure who was on their back out by the hair. Oh dear. Taken me a little time because I pulled 15 cards there to put them all back in the deck in different places. I don't. Yeah. Yes, he knows. He knows. The minute he's out of that office, he's in handcuffs. And that bullshit about not being it's recommended that they don't indict a sitting president because he has work to do, and it could. But if a sitting president is clearly breaking the law, there's nothing in the Constitution that says they can't arrest him. You know, he should be arrested, impeachment trial held based on that, and he can be removed from office based on that, but he should still be arrested. And if he's arrested, it's a clear burden, and they can decide, without influencing the trial. Well, John Jr. Oh, that. I don't know that Pink Floyd song, The Fetcher Home. I might know it if I hear it. I love Pink Floyd. I'll put YouTube on the telly there. And some days I will just put on the full 25-minute version of Shine On You Crazy Diamond. And love it. Love it. Yes, Trump kids are in trouble. I'm going to have a look and see if they're going to. I think so. I love the Moody Blues too. They're great. They're great. Tuesday Afternoon is a wonderful album. And the music from War of the Worlds, especially Forever Autumn. Oh, wonderful song. Yes, that's true. That is true, Tiger Weiss Jones. Thank you for joining me, by the way. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it is. Yes. Freeze all his assets. Yeah. Do you reckon him and his kids are going to try and skip the country? I've read on that before in one of my previous videos, but let's have a look. You wonder if his brain is in shallow panic mode, and he's like, let's have a look. Is his brain in shallow panic mode? Let's have a look. Bar's not going to be there long. I don't think so. And I don't think Trump is going to choose who replaces him, even in an acting capacity. He's going to be told who he's going to put in there. Is Trump in shallow panic mode? Oh, yeah. Big time. He's losing it. He's got, this is what he should be in this time, but he's not. That's a yes. And he's losing his gasket and spitting vitriol all over it. The worst side of the King of Wands is losing his temper and taking things out on others and being dictatorial and absolutely no compassion. King of Wands with King of Cups, another yes. He's just, medication's not working. And he's, yeah. And that's another yes. 3 big yeses. Yeah, it's this investigation into what's happened with the stockpile. That's it. That's sent him off. Will he try and skip the country while he's still president, I wonder? What would happen if that happened? He could be, I suppose he could be impeached and removed in absentia, couldn't he? Will he try and skip the country while he's still president? That's a yes. He's gonna try and skip the country. Gonna offer some bribes to people, I think. Yep, that's the Emperor. Oh yes, he's scared of judgment. And he is extremely anxious. The 9 of Swords is a no. But he's got the Emperor, which is a maybe, and Judgment, which is a yes. Ace of Wands says, there's those investigations again. On top of the Emperor. Queen of Cups. That's Ivanka. Daddy. Oh, yeah. The world is watching. I don't know if he's going to have a safe place to go. He's going to try and gaslight. It's a 7 of Cups is a maybe. Oh, there it is again. End of things for him. Oh yes, he's working on the details. He's working on the details now. He's going to try and skip while he's still president. He's going to try and leave the country. Yeah, I honestly think he thought that they couldn't charge him if he lived in another state. Teresa, I honestly thought that. Is there a country in the world that would take in the Trumps at the moment? You want to ask that question? Is there a country in the world that will take the Trumps in at the moment? Any country, Russia included. Is there a country in the world that would offer him sanctuary? Argentina. They seem to have a bit of a bad taste. Yeah. Oh, do I get the sense of when he might try to skip? I think it could be soon. But, you know, I'm not, as I've said before, I'm not a psychic or a medium or anything. I'm just intuitive. So, and I go with what pops into my head. And Turkey might. Yeah, they might. they would really be embattled, and it would cause a lot of chaos for them to offer him sanctuary, a barrier between him and the US. Turkey might. Yes, there are. The Knight of Swords is a yes card as well. They're all yes cards. Yet there are countries that would offer him sanctuary. Would it be Turkey? Would he flee to Turkey? Erdogan, hey? Just something popped through my mind when I said Erdogan's name. It was like, he's not going to be there long. Don't know. Oh, I don't think Putin would take him in. I don't think the Russian people would stand for it. I think they'd riot. Russia? No. Putin wouldn't take him in. He's still, I think, was it Linda G sees him running for his life or something? Putin. So, no, he's shit scared to do it. But let's see Turkey. Will Turkey take him in? I get yes for a time, but then they send him back. So let's have a look. Yes and no. This is a yes. They'd take him in. But it's really an illusion because they will send him back. Now, why would they send him back? The greedy merchant. Does anyone know if Turkey has an extradition deal with the US? They would send the greedy merchant back. They will send him back if they take him in, because this is, you know, they'd be foolish to continue to hide him because there are promises of action against them. And that illusion would, they'll work with other countries to send him back. 3 and 3, working, planning. Yeah. They'd offer a barrier for a little while, but in the end, the losses would be too great if they kept him there. Too many sanctions, not just from the US, but I think from a lot of other countries. Keeping him there would cost them too much. They'll send him back. Yeah. Oh, look, the Trumps are going to lose everything. His name is going to be linked with 19 forever, with the deaths of 19 from 19 forever. And I just get a picture of Mar-a-Lago being treated like, no, in the Civil War, Robert E. Lee's home, Arlington, the Arlington estate was turned into military cemetery. And I think they let him live there in the house till he died, but I think he had to look out over those graves every day of his life, I think. I think he's going to be trapped in Mar-a-Lago. No, I don't think they will. If he skips out while he's president, he's going to be seen as a traitor. They're not going to offer him security. No, and you know, ex-presidents are automatically offered security for life. They can refuse it, apparently. But I don't know if he'd be able. I think I don't know if he'd be. I don't think the Secret Service would ask any officer to act as his security. Would ask any officer to volunteer. I think they'd rather pay a private company for like 2 guards, 2. Or maybe tell him, you want security, go and see your mate Eric Prince. Eric Prince would probably provide him with security. But yeah. Trump loves his golf. He loves his golf. Just saw a picture of him under house arrest in Mar-a-Lago with one of those ankles on his bracelets on his ankle. He can't go outside. He can't go like more than 50 feet from any entrance or whatever, and he can't go out onto the golf course. Oh my God. And the golf course being shut down and turned into a cemetery for all the people who are going to die. That's been with me like all morning, that the story of Arlington and Mar-a-Lago, and it's like, yeah. Now, I don't think Tiffany should be brought into it. I try not to read on Tiffany. She's obviously had a mother who brought her up, and I won't read on Barron. He's a child. No. I don't think they care if they're disliked Wendy. Oh, Eric might. I think Eric craves the approval of those around him, which is why he's gone along with so much crap. But Ivanka and Don think they're above everyone anyway, and don't need anyone's approval. And if people don't approve of them, well, that's their loss, because, you know, they weren't worthy to be their friends anyway. So well, Trump's lawyers will. Yeah, Trump's lawyers will be in court the rest of their life. The esteemed firm of dodgy, side slip and underhand, yeah. Side slip meaning a child on the side. Oh, horrible case, isn't it? When will Moscow Mitch finally fall? I don't think it's going to be till I think he's going to hang until the election, and then he'll go. but he's only just barely going to be able to hang in. I don't even know if he'll bother to hold a rally. I don't know. Just don't know. I like that. Dodgy side slip and underhand. We're here to help you. We're here to help you. Yeah. Us. Oh dear. Look. Pleasure isn't the word for it. I think it would just be, I don't think it's, I can't take pleasure in anyone having everything taken from them, and no matter how much they deserve it. But I can understand the sense of justification and righteousness about it happening. Yes, and I could not and would not blame people for celebrating because of the damage him and his family have done to this country. Oh, she wanted to make her mark on the world stage, like at that disastrous G20 or whatever. And no, they don't want her there. They don't want anyone called Trump there. Look, I'm sorry, guys, in the US, but it's going to take years before you can get back into the position of being viewed as an equal, not as the lead nation. You will eventually be brought back into line with equal, but never as the lead again. I don't think the world's going to allow that to happen. And that's no reflection on the people of the US. It's just not even reflection on previous administrations. It's all due to Trump. It's going to take years for deals, and they're not going to. The US isn't going to be able to step into that role of world leader again, and I don't think they'll be allowed to. I think it's going to be more of a co-equal partnership type thing, and you're going to have to earn your stripes again, I think. Yeah. Might even go from being a global superpower to a hemispherical superpower, or geopolitical power, sorry. There's levels of geopolitical power: local, regional, hemispherical, and global. And I think the US might be for a few years relegated to hemispherical. Australia is a hemispherical power, geopolitical power. Russia is only a regional. So I think I've mentioned this before, but sorry. This is my my geography background coming out. Yes, unfortunately, it's going to take a long time, but there'll be opportunity. The rest of the geopolitical world, they're not going to cut you off and say, no, never again, not ever getting an opportunity again. No, there'll be opportunity. But yeah, you're going to have to earn your stripes again. I've got about 15 more minutes. Anyone got something they want me to look at? Gaia, yes. Yes, I think maybe this 19 might be the smackdown that Gaia has sent. Mother Earth. Will we save our planet? I'm using, for this one, Annie Labrie Tarot, written and illustrated and published by Annie Labrie. I love this. It's gorgeous. I don't like the term organic, but it's very natural flow in her illustrations. That she's sort of very basic in her illustrations. So she gets back to the bare bones of things, I think, but, you know, adds stuff to remind you what things really are about. So, will we save our planet? Oh, thank you. Yes, I love the things. Picked up the elephant thing in Mumbai. My brother sent me that's actually a robe that hadn't fitted me in years. My brother sent that to me from China. The scarf I picked up at a shop here. Yeah, I love colour. I love brightness and colour. Will we save our planet? I think we've already started. You bite nature in the butt too many times, it's going to turn around and bite you back. And this is not a man-made virus. It's a natural virus. It's nature's way of biting us back on the butt. You have to do it occasionally. How many times do we have to have our backside smacked before we get things right? Will we save our planet? That is a good card to get. Yes. People are seeing the difference. When they do go outside to exercise in large cities and all that, they can actually breathe the air without, you know. So that was a yes card. 10 of coins is a yes card. Yes. This is going to be the start of a new period, of building a new legacy for the world. The world, yes. End of one journey, start of the other. The lovers working together more to bring about good changes. I like this one. It's got two mer people, the ocean, but they're rising up out of the ocean and they're joining with the earth. There's the earth there, and there's the air, the sun, the heart. What's they say? Earth, wind, fire. Well, all the four elements. Earth, wind, fire, water, working together in harmony. Working in harmony to, you know, improve them all. King of Cups, this is bringing back stability. Not just natural stability, but emotional stability to the world. Do one more row here. Oh, one more card and then one more row. 3 of Cups, celebrating a new way of doing things, of supporting not just each other, but the environment. When you mean will we save our planet, look, the planet will recover from us long after we're gone. It's, you know, but yeah, will we save our people and their time on the planet. There's still going to be some anxious times where we have to look at what's happening in this area and why and how we can improve it. So there's still going to be some anxious times. It's not all going to be sunshine, lollipops and rainbows, despite what the top line says. So there's still going to be some times for anxiety. There's going to be times when we have to slow down and think and be patient. Don't get ahead of ourselves and think we've got it all solved with new technologies and everything. This is caution. Still going to have to take caution. Be cautious about what new technologies we want to introduce and use. Are they really the answer? If in doubt, leave it out. Ten of Swords. Yeah, not a happy card to have under the Lovers. Working together, there are going to be some people, some countries that just, they don't want to. They feel it's up to the rest of the world to take care of the planet. They're going to do what they want. So there are going to be some countries who just won't do the right thing. Okay? And wondering if it's going to be 10 countries in particular. There are 100, as the number 45 says, there's 151 countries in the world. Are there? I don't know how many there are actually, so I'm not going to stand down to correct him on that. But, so 141 are going to really try, but there's going to be about 10 that just, so, you know, and cause that anxiety. But there's, you know, there's going to be new opportunities for new relationships with countries that are doing the right thing. Countries we might not have worked with previously because we might not have felt they had the economic or geopolitical standing that we want, but who might have innovative ways of doing things that we haven't previously looked at. So new opportunities for countries to step forward and do the right thing. King of Wands, stability, a steady hand on the tiller, steady hands on the tiller. This is more than one. This is maturity. The maturity that we as a race have to come to, compassion, patience, caring for others, steady, reliable, and steadfast. That kind of maturity. We have to show this. So yes, overall, yeah, we can and we will save the planet, but it's not all going to be sunshine and lollipops and rainbows. There are going to be anxious times. This is the legacy that we've left, that we've built up so far, and it has to be, you know, a different, we have to start building a different type of legacy. So it's not going to be easy. It's, you know, it's going to take time to phase things out. Be patient. So all coal hasn't shut down immediately. It's going to take time. It will be shut down. But you have to show patience as well. Yeah, this is this alternate energies, hydrology from the sea, not flooding heaps and heaps of valleys and acres of lands, just finding ways to use water better. Wind power, the windmills, you know, improving the hydro. Look, there's lots of areas we've flooded for hydroelectric dams. Not necessarily building new ones, but improving the ones that are there so that they're more efficiently, they can generate more power, and so other areas don't have to be flooded like that again. Okay, so yeah, So yeah, we can and we will save the planet, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be immediate. It's going to take time. But people are sitting there realizing they can breathe good, clean air for the first time in years, and they didn't. Some people have never breathed the air in that they're breathing now, and they're wondering what's so different. Why can I breathe it? You know, why can? It's so much easier to breathe. Okay, my darlings, I have to go. And I love you all so much. I might come back this evening for an hour or so. I'll see. But if I do, I'll put up a notice about half an hour or so early. That would be like morning time US. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.